Hello and happy Tuesday, which is of course my book reviews day. And today I want to talk to you about An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. This particular edition is the exclusive Evernight edition that Illumicrate put out a few months ago, which, for the record, Illumicrate does a lot of fantasy. Evernight is supposed to be horror. So I went in thinking this is going to be horror. And, you read this little quote in the back. One of the Lenins in the mirror didn't strike its cheek. It didn't move at all, really, except to smile. That's creepy. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a horror novel. I am disappointed to say this is not a horror novel. I'm going to keep this spoiler-free, or as spoiler-free as I can get. I will talk about something later on, but I'll give you a warning beyond that. We have elevator doors, gold elevator doors, which are pertinent to Lenin's abilities. So this is An Academy for Liars. It is about a young woman named Lenin who, when faced with her life crumbling apart, she finds her fiance cheating on her, like actively, with one of her best friends, finds herself kind of just on the run from her past, on the run from where her life has taken her, winds up in a parking lot with a payphone. Payphone starts ringing, kind of creepy. She answers the payphone, and it's they're looking exactly for her. The person on the payphone is specifically asking for her and says, "Hey, you have been selected to join Drayton Academy, which has, a school for studying magic abilities, a school for studying the art of persuasion." And so she is invited to take some tests and join the school. And so she does. And, let's just say that, things aren't always what they seem. That's what it tells you on the blurb here. It talks about how, she just uncovers more about Drayton and its unsettling history. And she's more disturbed by what she finds. And I will say, yeah, that's kind of horrific. However, that doesn't happen until chapter 50. Let's take a look at where chapter 50 is. It's all the way back here. It's 49. That's close enough. It's like that much of horrifying secrets. Like, there's just so much wasted space in this novel. And that's not to say nothing happens in this first 80% of the novel. Stuff happens, but it's very much like a dark academia, but it's not that dark. It's just academia. It's her and her classmates, her going through these tests, which, in like a kind of dark fantasy way, the tests are all right. And I went in expecting a horror novel. This is the Evernight book. This is supposed to be horrifying. Like, it starts off with creepy shadow version of Lenin in the mirror that, doesn't have a soul, doesn't have eyes. And it's it's kind of taunting her. And I'm like, that's downright creepy. Nothing happens with that. It just glances over that to get in with the plot, to get in with this school. The fact that she's going to this school it's creepy that she's just going along with it. You're at wit's end, and your engagement is just falling apart at the 11th hour, and you find yourself, answering creepy phone calls in a parking lot. But when the creepy phone call is like, "Hey, come to our school," I'm sure nothing creepy is going to happen, and you just kind of go along with it. When you get books like Harry Potter and you find out that Harry's a wizard, it gives his life purpose. It makes sense for him to go to Hogwarts. Lenin, she just happens to be at wit's end. And then the only reason she goes to this school is because she's like, yeah, it's something to do, sure. And of course she ends up being the chosen one. But she's surrounded by classmates who are completely, utterly, forgettable. I remember their names. You have Emerson, you have Ian, who's her rival, who starts off her, her fling. And then, she's got a thing for Dante, her advisor, and there's Blaine, but they don't add anything to this at all. Most of this novel is just academy shenanigans. It doesn't add anything. The idea of the persuasion magic, magic in this world is persuasion. Whether you're, a very persuasive person, but this is literally getting in your mind, almost like Inception, but planting the ideas in your mind. like persuading you that way, telekinetic persuasion, which is cool. It's fascinating. And her being the chosen one, she learns that like some of the more powerful persuasionists can actually persuade the world, persuade reality. And that's a really cool idea. But I also don't care, probably because it's filled with such unlikable characters. Lennon as a protagonist, completely unlikable. She's just blah. I hate to say it, but like, damn. I mean, about halfway through the novel, her and her mentor Dante go on a mission to Amsterdam, which is actually what is portrayed on this end paper here. And they run into, for lack of a better word, like a demon, a monster. And like they go on a mission and have to, vanquish this monster. And I'm like, holy crap, is this going to take, like, this is where the horror comes in? Those, like, few chapters, horrifying. Loved it. Highlighted the best part of the book right there. And I'm thinking, oh, is this novel going to take a 90-degree turn to her being like a monster hunter? I would have been totally fine with that. Then nothing happens with that. It doesn't add anything to the plot. It adds a sense of, foreboding for those few chapters. Then they come back and then they move on to the next situation, which is kind of horrific, but it's quickly, brushed under the rug. And you're like, oh, I guess we're done with that. It's just, damn, what the hell? Like I said, it's not till like chapter 50, the last 20%, when you actually get to like the dark secrets of Drayton. And like, it's far too little too late at that point. I'm sad. I'm sorry to say, I didn't care at that point. I mean, it's, like I said, you had already spent hundreds of pages with a bunch of characters I just didn't care for and didn't like. And having them all have to like, band together to save the world and save the day. It just, I don't care. I mean, I'm not trying to sound pessimistic. The novel didn't do it for me. I mean, maybe it'll do it for you. Maybe you want like a dark academic. You're looking for not YA per se, but I don't know why that's happened to rhyme. You're not looking for YA per se, but maybe you're looking for, you like that academic kind of love interest, kind of almost like a rom-com kind of scenario, even though it's not a rom-com, but, they have those tropes within the academy setting. If you're looking for that, you're going to love it. Me, I was going in expecting it to be at least somewhat of a horror novel, and I cannot say that I was disappointed. I am extremely disappointed. So much so that this was actually the last book I ended up getting from Evernight. And I'm not saying that this book in particular got me to unsubscribe from the Evernight box. It happened to be like it was getting to be an expensive book a quarter with the other books that I've been buying. So this one made the cut. An Academy for Liars, if you're looking for a horror novel, this is not it. If you're looking for an academic, novel with some romance kind of forced in, then yeah, maybe you'll like this. Maybe this will be for you. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I will say Illumicrate does exceptional jobs with their limited editions. I mean, it's nice. The packaging, the production, very nice. I loved it. I just didn't like the story itself, which is disappointing. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I do at least one book review a week with plenty of unboxing videos in between here and there, so plenty for you to check out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you around next time.